in-laws let my daughter die while paying for my brother-in-law's kids' private school. I went to my brother-in-law's anniversary dinner tonight. The place was fancy. Flowers on the tables, expensive food, champagne everywhere. Everyone was smiling and celebrating. But all I could think about was Emily, my little girl, and how these people had turned their backs on her when she needed them the most. When Emily was in the hospital, the doctors told me she needed more treatment. I begged my late husband's parents, her grandparents, for help. I said, please, I've already taken loans. I even lost my job because I stayed with Emily at the hospital. She doesn't have much time. They looked right at me and said, we don't have money. I wanted to believe them. I didn't want to think family could be so cold, so I pushed myself into more debt, but it still wasn't enough. And Emily got weaker and weaker. One night, before she died, she looked at me with tears in her eyes and whispered, why don't Grandma and Grandpa come see me? I really miss them. Did I do something wrong? My heart broke. I kissed her and told her they loved her. But the truth was, they never came. They didn't even show up at her funeral. For months, I tried to let it go. But then I found out the truth. My cousin told me that my in-laws had been paying for my brother-in-law's kids to go to private school all this time. Vacations, lessons, everything. They had money. They just chose not to help Emily. So tonight, when they were raising their glasses at dinner, I finally spoke. I said, do you remember when I begged you for help? Emily was dying, and you told me you had no money, but you had money for private schools and vacations. The room went silent. My mother-in-law whispered, this isn't the time. I put Emily's photo on the table. Her sweet smile stared back at them. This is exactly the time, I said. Her last words were asking why her grandparents never came. She thought she did something wrong. My brother-in-law snapped, it's not our fault Emily got sick. I looked right at him and said, no, but it's your fault she died thinking she wasn't loved. That's what you all will have to live with. No one spoke. My mother-in-law cried into her hands. My father-in-law just stared at the photo. My brother-in-law looked angry like I had ruined his big night. I stood up and slid Emily's picture toward them. I hear her last words in my head every night, and now, so will you. Then I walked out, leaving the whole table in silence.